apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with you. Looks like we're having a little bit of camera difficulty. Everything was okay before the start of the match, but now, as soon as I go live, that's usually when all the problems happen. So give me a moment here. Let me check and make sure everything's okay. So we've got our video and our audio working here. I apologize. Let's just make sure the last piece here is the scoreboard. Just give me just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in action. I apologize for the slow start there. Rough signal, just had to unplug and plug some cables back in. Problem with our HDMI feed there, but got that taken care of with you. And so now we can get underway the way we're supposed to get underway as Bishop England hops ahead 5-2 right there. But anticipated matchup here, of the a rematch of the region championship basically last year, and also the playoff matchup as well in the second round. Both of these teams going head to head, and of course maybe we're advancing all the way to lower state. A little bit of a region rivalry matchup. You know the history that is Bishop England in volleyball, countless state championships, and now maybe we're Coach Hedrick trying to do the same thing. Coach Abbott for Bishop England, and both of these teams dominant in their own right, and they're going head to head in their first time matching up here in region this season. Blackstock a little bit short there. She tried to tip that one back over. It's going to be a point there for May River. Josie Duncan is about back to serve, and that one's going to be out. So 6 on the board for Bishop England. Both of these teams come in top 10 in the state of 4A, in the state for classification of 4A. May River 4, Bishop England 9. Both of these teams returning a lot of players, losing about 3 seniors on both sides. Of course, Swanson and Trey Wick for May River, and you got Womble and Jessica Stroud on the opposite side there, and Kate Moore for Bishop England. So a couple of pieces, but for the most part, a lot of the teams for both sides were fairly young in the, when they had a great season last year. And both teams kind of off to a slow start, sitting right around just above or just below that 500 mark. But, and that might sway a couple of people on the teams when they look at that. But both of these teams, while last year they might have won a lot of those matchups, they're playing a lot above competition, during the preseason and early on. And I know a lot of coaches don't like to count those tournaments. But you go ahead and you look at those, on max preps, and a lot of those games, against 5A competition, and a lot of those 5A schools are currently in the top of their region or very high. Savannah Christian or maybe 18-2, like all of these schools that they have played thus far are doing very good. They're probably undefeated in the region right now. 5A schools. Ardrey Kell for beautiful campus, by the way. I've covered some semi-pro games there that May Rivers faced. They're at 7-8-8 in North Carolina. So you want to talk about how big schools can get, and South Carolina, got a 5A D1 D2, thinking about possibly adding a 6 or something like that. So you want to think about the competition that both of these teams have faced, and a lot of girls returning, losing about 2 or 3 seniors only. So I'm excited. Enough rambling on my part. I'm going to get to calling the game. Um, and get back into a little bit of a nervous start for me too, because I feel a little bit of type of way about the way the game started. You want to talk about a big matchup with May River and Bishop England in volleyball after what a great year last year was, especially for the whole region as well, with Bluffton and Hilton Head coming in and shaking some things up as well. So I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna get back to the game. Gonna get excited. Gonna get some yelling in. Now that I've got the kind of the jitters out of my system here a little bit. And I'm going to, do my job and, keep up with the score and get it rolling. So right now, apologize, 8-7, May River service. Jensen Skirtage sends one over, and that one's going to be too far. 9 on the board for Bishop England, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I can give the official intro. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here. My name is Javon Livingston, live here on Beaufort Zone. We got a highly anticipated volleyball matchup, Bishop England versus May River, and May River at home rematch for Tough Region Championship last year. I want to thank our channel sponsor, BCTV, for sponsoring us once again. This should be with us all year, and that's Rick. Was a hard hit there, doesn't get the kill. That's Grace Stroud, just as she does last year, dove on the ground just to get that one. Another hit over the net. Stroud sets that one to the opposite side, and a strong hit tips over the net. That's Mary Margaret Stone. We'll get that one. Langdon Blackstock going back to serve, one of the stronger players on this Bishop England Lady Battling Bishops team. And a strong serve right there, sending Rick to the ground, but able to make the play. And you want to talk about some great effort right there by Aurora Rick, committed to play at the next level. Her and her sister, both Rick, twin sisters there, both committed to play at the next level for volleyball. And you see there diving on the ground, you see why. She's most known on the outside for her hitting ability, but getting on the court there. And Blackstock off the fingertips, and you're going to see some powerful hits from her in this matchup as well. And shout out to Samaya checking in, watching the feed here tonight. I apologize for that, for the rough start here tonight, but we got it going, we got it rolling, and we're gonna have some good action here tonight. Searson on the serve, going outside to Duncan, looking for her to step up this year and a kill from the outside. And I always give a big shout out to Duncan, just like I do all players in any other sport when they rock the 9-9. It's my former number when I played high school sports, so I always like to show love to any player that I see on any court or field rocking the number 9 there. Francis Scotty on the serve. Outside, the block is there. Francis Scotty sends another serve. Grabs a dig on that one. That one underhand set to the outside. Duncan hits that one across. And another strong fire from the outside, and they're doing a lot of work to try to feed Mary Margaret Stone, who's on fire. And a rotational error. They're called on Bishop England, so point going to go to May River there. And there's Ariel Rick, another member of that lower state championship team, grabs the ace, and be careful because she can go on a roll right there. She did it the last game we covered against JP2. She did it last season, so she's very good behind the line there. And a little bit of whiff right there by Skirtage. And into the net goes the serve for Kate Cochran. If this was basketball, you call that 1 for 1 from the line. Got an ace, and then one hit that net monster in the middle. 13-12. Excuse me, 14-13. A little bit of a break for Duncan. In comes Harden. And the younger of the Strouds back for Bishop England. Jessica Stroud was the graduate. Grace on the serve. Rick to Rick on the connection. Decides to put a soft touch on that one. And the sneak fails there. As that was Gallo tried to sneak that one over. Served by Skirtage. Hit opposite side. And that was McKayan in the middle. She's returning. She's dangerous in the middle. You want to talk about a break, I think a relief. You know, May River's excited to see is the not having Womble in the middle as well, because her and McKayan to get her in the middle was a dangerous duo in the middle for Bishop England. And that one just at the line. Bishop England goes up 17-4 in set number 1. And one exciting thing to see too is, like, I know this is going to be, you know, this is going to be a match, and expecting it to be a match of some good, you know, high-level volleyball for some region championship, lower state championship type contenders between these two teams. When, you know, a lot of the teams that, you know, we've covered so far this season, you know, we wind up in a lot of sweeps. You get a lot of 3-0s and 3-0s, 3-1s. And, you know, no full sets. And this one is going to be competitive. I'm expecting these matches to give it a lot of both teams getting over 20 here in these sets. And that's Jensen Skurdich on the serve. Stroud tips that one, bounces out the way. One-hander, Blackstock tries to get it over backwards, and that's going to be ace. McKyon tips that one over. Francis Scotty blocked by McKyon. Try to make the play. They're able to keep it alive. Back to McKyon in the middle. Back to the court. The kill for McKyon. And an ace to follow for Blackstock. And a timeout call, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here on Beaufort Zone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, out of the timeout break. 19-16. Bishop England has had the lead and kept the lead for this match. Maybe we're getting close by one. Stretch back out to three. Blackstock on the service. That one's going to be out as that one sails over. Rick to serve. That one barely hops over, but it's going to count as an ace for the Lady Sharks. Rick sends another one. That one floats. That one goes into the arms of Stroud. Outside. That one's going to go into the net to Margaret Stone. The match all tied here at 19. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a timeout by Bishop England. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After the timeout break, score all tied. Rick on the serve. Stroud, they go to Stone again. Skirted chest that one out. Outside for Duncan. Duncan off the fingertips of Blackstock, and May River takes the lead here late. First one to 20. Rick on the serve. Inside, they go to McKyon. Block sent back. Was that Francis Scotty in the middle? Now late in the set, May River pulls ahead by 2. Rick again, a little bit of speed that time. Outside back row, Blackstock with the power. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I've seen a lot of power hitters, but you know, a lot of times with the power hitters, they go far, they go towards that back line. You want to talk about directional hitting. Landon Blackstock for Bishop England. Man, when she whips that ponytail forward, you better watch out because that is going to be a hard to return hit. A little bit of misdirection there to the back corner for May River. And this is exciting, folks. This is exactly what you expect to see in this matchup. Trading leads late into the set. I expect this one might go 4 or 5 here tonight. And serve too far for Francis Scotty. And when I say go 4 or 5, I don't mean a friendly 4 or 5, but this is going to be a competitive 4 or 5. And this, you know, match right here, while both teams want to win, the coaches definitely want to win. This is kind of a barometer for what you've seen all year. You know, you want to talk about this game is definitely going to determine the region champions between these two, unless another team does a 360 in the region right now. You know, a couple of other teams not really so far doing so well. So this is going to be a great judge right here. It's going to be competitive, and this is going to set up for the finale over at Bishop England. Stroud, Stone on the backside, back row. Skirtage pops that one up. A little bit of game of tips in the middle. That's Duncan. Nice dig right there by Blackstock. Outside, Stone. Skirtage pops that one in the air. Skirtage the set. The block back. May River keeping it alive. Good volley here by the ladies. Outside, and the final kill by Brooklyn Guidy. Tied up here, 22. Side, Duncan. Stroud puts that one up. Back row, they go Blackstock. Softer touch that time. And a little bit of confusion, and that's not what you want to see this close to the end of the set. Ladies and gentlemen, 23 on the board for Bishop England. Jules Gallo on the serve. Skirtage, they go inside. There goes Blackstock to the back row. Skirtage grabs the dig there. Duncan, strong hit, and the block. And Brooklyn Guidy once again. And 2 plays here in the final 5 points. I don't think I've called her name all set. And then you get to the final stretch with the 5 points there. And 2 plays by number 25 there. And up front by the net, a timeout break. Once again by May River, their second here of the set. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. We'll be right back here on Beaufort Zone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from the timeout break. 24-22. Bishop England has an opportunity to end it here, and a rotational error called on Bishop England. That's going to give a point to May River. Gallo was back to serve, and I'm not sure what happened there. And he's trying to explain it to Blackstock, one of the captains. And they're just going to shrug it off and play volleyball here. But 23-25, now May River has an opportunity here. If they grab a point, now you force it into a win by 2 scenario. So this is a big point right here for May River. They go to Blackstock. She's angry about the call. She fires that one. Defense is there for May River. This time they go to Stone in the middle, I believe. And off the arms of Stroud. And I talk about these girls are playing volleyball. This is about as high level of volleyball you can get. Well, I'm not going to say as high level of volleyball, but you're going to watch high school volleyball, and you're not going to come in here and you're just going to watch your high school kids play. You want to see some actual competitive action. That's what you're going to go see. Almost a tough one there by Rick. The serve, I told you, she's dangerous from behind the line. The block there, trying to keep it alive. This is the finals to go up to 25 here, win by 2, so this match is going to have to go to 26. Net violation, 25. They're going to call 4 on May River, so that's 25 for Bishop England. But remember, you got to go to 26. You got to win by 2. Kate Cochran coming in. On the serve, dig by Skurdage. Rick behind her to Duncan. Side to go Blackstock. Skurdage able to get it back for the point. Oh my! And I don't know if she meant to do that, but it worked. 25 all, so 27 to win. Got to win by 2. A little sneak attack down. Rick couldn't get there. And ladies and gentlemen, this is only set 1. Stroud on the serve. Rick to Rick. She loops around trying to get the kill. Stroud, she's good enough to handle that. She does. Blackstock with the power. Sits down Harden. And that's going to be 27 on the board. Bishop England takes set number 1. We'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. Set number 2 on the way. You want to talk about a thriller? That's set number 1. We go to 27. And we'll take a break. And we'll be right back here on Beaufort's Own. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Beaufort's own start of set number 2. You want to talk about an exciting set number 1 that happened there. It's a lot of everything that happened as Rick goes on and serves for the first point here of this one. Well, at least an attempt to. Bishop England on the return there. You had about everything that you could think of happen off that set, off the fingertips of Rick there for point number 1. You had some of everything. We started off struggling on our stream, which was a little intense, right? We were having some video errors there at the beginning. We were struggling there, so I had to unplug and plug in some cables. Then we get back to the action there, and Bishop England's winning. They're taking care of business, and then May River gets back into the game. They take the lead late, and they tie it up. A couple of rotational errors, and then the match. Next thing you know, it doesn't go to 25; it goes to 27. And Bishop England winds up taking the lead back, so 2 late lead changers there, and Bishop England comes out with the win. So a lot of everything in that set. So it was a little bit of a whirlwind there, but we are back in action for set number 2. Cochran on the serve. Skirtage to Rick, back to Skirtage. A little bit of cross-country flight there for that ball as that one sails into the bench. 3-0 goes Bishop England. And a tough attempt for the block at the net. Bishop England on the roll, 4-0 here. Cochran sends another into the arms of Skirtage. Rick back to Skirtage. They'll try it again. Soft touch this time. She grabs the first point of the set for May River. Duncan with the serve. And a quick tip down in the middle. And Bishop England grabs number 5. Lineup changes from May River. You got a lot of sisters on the court. The Skirtage sisters, the Duncan sisters. You got Hardin and you got Sanogi on the court. Bishop England, you got McKayan, you got McKayan, Blackstock, Stroud, Guidey, Gallo, and Cochran. And this is why I love returning players for both teams. For the most part, I can start to name some of these girls by their faces and by their mannerisms and not really have to wait to look at the number. And I love that across all sports. When you talk about a commentator, talking about familiar faces and a little bit of a sneak hit, hands off there. Set that one over the net there. Maybe we're trying to start a run there to get back over. Strong hit from the outside. Defense is there. Rick sends one back, but just outside the line. Man, it is a great thing when you can do that, when you start the season. And these are the sports where you don't have helmets, and that's the hard part about when you cover football and players change, or they change the numbers. Just like, I was proud to see Jaden Simmons for Beaufort High. He also changed to number 9 in 2 games different. So covered 1 game for Beaufort High, came back 2 weeks later, he changed, and he's wearing number 9. So he's also part of the number 9 club as well. But it's hard to tell who's who, and it took me a minute. I had to go down and find out who was number 9 in the middle of the game. But these sports right here where you can see faces, I love when they're returning players, get to know their names, you get to see the players as they rotate in and become, from, backups to starters. And so you kind of get familiar with some of the names, and it makes it a lot better, for the commentary. Rick on the serve, and that's going to be 4. Rick, another serve, set in the middle for McKyon, floats that one over and down to the court it goes. And I'm not sure what the call was there, but it's out of my level of expertise there, my volleyball knowledge. But a couple of calls here, for Bishop England, rotational errors and things like that. So Francis Scotty on the serve. Blackstock able to get the dig, pops that one up. Coming up hit from the back row. And a block up at the net. That's going to be Irvine. Irvine at the front row once again, tipping it down. And Irvine in set number 2 starting to make her presence known. Her and McKyon swapping out there in that middle spot. And served by Gallo. Into the net. Rick on the serve. Blackstock gets the dig. They go backside to Stone. Stroud, Stone on the opposite side now, and that one tips across the net. Oh, they're going to say that was out, actually, so point actually goes to May River on that one. Blackstock, that one going to be out. Bottom side of your screen there is Duncan. They go to Blackstock, same area, opposite way. Duncan switching sides, gets the kill. So I go to Blackstock again, popped up into the air by Duncan. They go to Rick. Rick back row. Cochran's able to make the dig on that one. Rick behind her to skirtage, able to get over the block, and it's good. Game all tied, set all tied here at 11. In the middle, it's Irvine. And that one going to be out. And no, now I'm just going to say that was tipped, so point Bishop England, and they keep the lead. Rick on the dig. They go right back to Rick for the hit there. Sends that one over. Gallio to Blackstock. We got a whistle. And it looks like we got a injury timeout on the field, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll take a break. And we'll be right back here on Beaufort's Own as Guidey is down for a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After the injury timeout there, that was Guidey that was down on the court. Didn't really see her go down on the court, but looked over there. She was, helped off the court. It just looked like it was a ankle injury. She is wearing ankle braces on both ankles, so maybe she might have some ankle issues previously or something like that, or maybe rolled an ankle. I'm not sure. The speculation, didn't really see it. Won't do any replays or anything like that. These are, high school students, so if you want to go back on your own, you can, but I won't play anything as Bishop England wins that point right there. So back to the action. Stroud on the serve. And the substitution in, that's Gary. And I'm pretty sure I butchered her name there, but so I was trying to call it really fast. So looking at the roster as she made the play, but 2 Jules on the court there this time. That wasn't Gallo, that was the freshman, and I'd probably have to ask how to say her name here in the future. If anybody's watching and can give me a phonetic spelling there for Jules there, I would appreciate it. Side, Rick gains the kill from the back row. A little bit of power on that one. In the block up front, Francis Scotty. Skirtage. On the serve, McKine blocked again. Francis Scotty for the lead. Cochran sets that dig to the outside. Blackstock still able to get some power on that. She sends that one across the net. They go back to Rick, sends that one from off the ground. Back to Blackstock, more powered. Nice dig by Skirtage. Rick to Rick on the connection. And McKine and Guerreri can't get the block there. And May River goes up by 2, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break as a timeout by Coach Abbott there, their first of the set. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on Beaufort's Own. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after the timeout break. Skirtage on the serve. Blackstock able to keep that one alive. That one was low to the outside there. Bottom of your screen. Rick to Rick, a little bit of misdirection. Guy able to keep it alive. Blackstock with some power. Skirtage pops it up. Rick, one more hit. Back to Rick with some power, and that's going to be out. But man, what a play would that have been. And they overruled the call from the down. They're going to give the point to May River on that one. Oh my. Controversial if not. And now they're going to call a rotational error on May River. Maybe a makeup call, who knows? As Grayson Skipper now in on the serve. Rick backside, Skirtage barely gets a piece of that one. Those are going to be out. And that was going to be in. No one played that as they thought it was going out on the back line. Easy point there for Bishop England to tie it up at 17. That time Harden able to get under it. Rick to Skirtage. The block is there. Blackstock for the lead for Bishop England. Serve into the net. Service error. Gets it all tied up back at 18. Rick the substitution for Brooklyn Macy. Skirtage on the serve. Stroud the dig. They set it backside. Blackstock off the arms of Harden. And it can't be chased down. Langdon Blackstock. Blackstock on the serve. Rick with the dig down on her knee there. Back over. Stroud, they set it inside. McKyon. Slowly the dive, no good by Skirtis. Just try to save that one. In 2018, the lead goes to Bishop England, forces the timeout. Coach Hedrick, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break here on Beaufort's Own, their first of the set when we return. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Beaufort's Own after the timeout break. Blackstock on the serve. The block is there. Blackstock able to keep that one alive. McKyon plays that at the net. Francis Scotty sets it backwards. Skirtich over. Blackstock, they go inside. Margaret Stone. Strong hit. The defense is there, and Macy at the net. Rick on the serve. And just over the block. Rick on the serve. McKyon pops that one up. And Margaret Stone. Searson on the serve. Skirtich pops that one up in the air. Duncan from the outside. Inside Irvine. That's Francis Scotty. And a hit for May River. Stone keeps that one back inside. That's going to be 4. And it's still a 1-point game. Duncan out. Sonogi back in. Excuse me, not Duncan. That's Skirtich out. Sonogi in. McKyon still not on the floor for Bishop England. I thought she was subbing back in. They got mixed up there. That was Artiguez. And there goes Guidy. She has her shoe back on, so she's okay. Probably just had to ice it for a moment. The team's happy to see her back onto the court. Like I said, she probably just rolled her ankle in transition there. Then go to Duncan. Duncan blocked on the outside. Irvine and Guidy, that time over the block. Back row to Blackstock. Margaret Stone and the block by May River. Blackstock grabs the kill. Cochran looking for 24. Skirtage pops that one up to Skirtage. Just tips that one over. They go to Duncan this time. Stroud to Blackstock. Back row, Skirtage able to pop that up. Duncan, and just off the hands of Gallio. Well, that's 23-24. Got to grab a point here. If you're May River, well, both teams really. If you're Bishop England, you win the set off the hands of Blackstock. Bishop England goes up 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. They go up 2-0. Here, best of 5. Set number 3 on the way when we return here on Beaufort's Own, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into set number 3 here on Beaufort's own Bishop England with the 2-0 lead here over May River. May River looking to take one off the board, hit the bottom of your screen. That's Palmer. Margaret Stone hits that one over. And a strong hit. Nice return there by Blackstock to keep that one alive. And they're going to call an error there on Bishop England for the first point of the set. Rick on the serve into the arms of Stroud. Gallio, Guidey. Duncan pushes that towards the back corner. Blackstock keeps that alive. Margaret Stone at the bottom of the screen. Skirtage plays that one over net. Good job by Rick to play it off the net. And then the block up front. Skirtage and Sanogi. Rick serve just a little bit too far. Duncan hit towards the back row. Irvine tried to get directional there, tried to hit one towards the hole. There goes Duncan. Hits that one to the back row. Cochran pops that up. Gallio the set. Blackstock slaps that one over. Gallio tries to keep that one alive, and they can't save it as everyone falls to the court trying to keep that one. Service by Duncan. Irvine sends it right back, goes by the arms of Rick. And that one into the net. Service error. Point's going to be awarded to May River. Skirtage going back to serve. Get that one to Gotti across the net. That one rolls over. May River 5-2 here. Skirtage on the cell. Skipper on the serve. That one skips across the net there. May River able to keep it in play and barely lands inside point for May River. 6-3 here. And I'm not sure. I think it's something with the the guys in the first row, I guess they might be saying something in the front row there, the fans there, and the boys always get a little bit too rowdy there for the volleyball competition. That one goes off the arms of Blackstock there. That's going to be an ace. And I've definitely been in that group before. Football players, we used to come in after football practice and cheer on the girls, and it was always funny. It was a conundrum. I was like, you guys complain about not being too many fans at the volleyball games. Then, you get most of the football team. When we went, it was most of the football team over at Battle Creek. We all go and we show up and we start cheering and hooting and hollering, for the girls and, just to try to liven up the environment. Then they're like, hey, you guys are too loud. You guys are doing too much. And it was like, well, y'all want a tier or not. So, but, sometimes they might be saying things that, might be a little bit obscene or anything like that. That might be just a little bit too far outside of the bounds of the game. For the most part, when we were there, we were just cheering and yelling and pretending to be the cheerleaders for the volleyball team there. But who knows what the ref might have heard on the opposite side there. Eight 4 goes May River. Stroud able to keep that one alive. It's Irvine in the middle. Palmer to the back row to Blackstock. Set. They go to Margaret Stone this time. Rick backside tries to get it to Duncan. Plays it cross court and in. Beautiful shot. The Francis Scotty strong hit in the middle. Stroud couldn't get to that one. And we got a timeout. Bishop England, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Their first one of the set. May River up 10-4 when we return. Apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I put in the set on there instead of timeout. Hit the wrong scene break there, but just a timeout break there by Bishop England and Coach Abbott trying to come back down by 6 here in set number 3. And another error on Bishop England. Rick sends over another. Blackstock barely handles that one. McKine moves out the way to try to allow Skipper to get the set. Results in an ace for Rick. Rick sends another one. That time Blackstock, she goes to the opposite side. The set Skipper to Margaret Stone. On set inside, Francis Scotty. Everybody reaching forward at the net. They're on the call a net error that time. I believe was the call there. 13-4, May River now on the roll. Little misconfusion for Bishop England. And that's something you don't want to see. You want to talk about you know, two of your leaders on this team, returners, you know, with Stroud and Blackstock, to see a ball go between both of them and no one to touch it and look at each other like what happened. Something you don't want to see as the head coach right there. McKayan gets a kill as that one goes off the fingertips. And this confusion, and it's going to be an ace for Kaylee Searson as she steps in. Searson, another serve. This time the defense is there for May River. Hit off of Duncan. This time another error on May River. On Bishop England, results in a point for May River. Apologize. And that's what's throwing me off. He used to some good volleyball, but a lot of calls from the referee tonight on Bishop England. And Stroud can't chase that one down. Franciscotti, the serve. Blackstock the dig. And trying to go Irvine at the net. 3-point Bishop England. May River up 16-7 here. Gallo. Set. There goes Duncan with some power. Able to take on the block. And miscommunication there. Margaret Stone had a little bit of communication. You see the boys in the background being extra there. It was 18-7. That one goes into the net to make it 18-8. Bishop England. Duncan hit, goes over the block right there, Blackstock and Irvine. May River with the huge lead, 19-8. Galileo inside Irvine. And that's going to be touched to the back corner. (19-9). And there goes Rick. Her hit is touched. And that's going to be a kill for Rick, 29. Skirtich from the back corner. Gallo to Blackstock. And into the arms of Rick. Couldn't handle it there. A dramatic fall to the court. A little back and forth action at the net. There goes Rick to the back row. That one gets by Cochran. Well, not to say got by Cochran, but she tried to get there. She was able to get a hand on it, just couldn't get there fast enough to make a good play. And they're going to say that was out on the block there, it seemed like. (21-11) we go. The serve by Blackstock. Rick and Skirtage, miscommunication there. Blackstock, another serve. And they're going to call a rotational, another error there on May River. So 13 on the board, another serve, that one into the net for Blackstock. Nice dive there by Skirtage. Skirtage gets the set and the kill by Duncan. We're going to call 2-2 there. 24, set point. Rick on the serve for May River. Across the court, Rick the dig. The attempt there is going to go out of bounds, give Bishop England 14. Searson. Serve there, Skirtage up, Palmer sends it over. Blackstock pops it up into the air, skipper to Margaret Stone. And 24-15. Searson. Skirtage to Palmer, back row. And the final kill by Palmer here. And May River going to win their first set. 2-1 when we return here on Beaufort's Own. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Start of set number 3 here on Beaufort Tone 2-1. Bishop England with the lead here in the match. There's Rick on the opening serve here of the set. Strong hit return there by Bishop England. Irvine sneaks one at the net to open up the scoring here in set number 3. Excuse me, 4. Cochran on the serve. Set, Duncan. Hits that one over into the arms of Gallo. They set it backwards to Blackstock. That's going to be called in. And 2-0 goes Bishop England. There's skirtage from the outside. Cochran able to pop that one up. They go Irvine in the middle. They're going to call a lift there. May River gets their first points of the set. Blackstock hit far to the outside. That's going to be out. Tied up here, 2-2. Set, this time they go Irvine in the middle off the fingertips of the May River defense. May River keeps the lead, 3-2 here. Stroud on the serve, that gets it over. That May River tries the return with Rick. Steps a little bit off, short from the net. And Stroud to keep it going from behind the line. She sends over another one. Nice serve there. Low trying to be played out. That would have been touch number 4 if someone else would have played it there. And that's going to be an ace for Stroud. 5-2 here. Stroud sends another nice serve. Almost grabs another ace. Rick on the return. Skirtage, nice serve. Blackstock on the dig. They come back to her for the hit. Harden able to get the dig. They go to Rick on the outside, and that's going to be out, just outside the line. Six-3. And Skirtage hit that one too far outside to make it 7. Skipper. Serve. Rick plays that one on the outside. Going back and forth at the line. Rick goes to Skirtage, finally able to get it over. Skipper goes back to Blackstock. And that's going to be, they're going to say that was touched. No, it was out, but touched. So 8-3 goes Bishop England. Played out of bounds, trying to keep it alive. Rick just gets that one over safely. And in the middle, the kill for McKyon. And the timeout, May River, ladies and gentlemen, will take a break. Their first one of the set. We'll be back here on the Beaufort Zone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from the timeout break. 9-3. Bishop England with the lead, trying to close it out. They're up 2-1 in the sets for the match. And that one just skips over the net. Outside, Rick with some fire. They go inside, they go to Blackstock. Blackstock hits up from the other side, can't get the power out, miscommunication between Palmer and Skirtich. Cochran out. Margaret Stone in. Misdirection there. They go to Francis Scotty in the middle. And off the fingertips. And kill for Bishop England. Blackstock tips over the net there. Her serve. Skirtich backside goes to Rick. And she grabs another kill. Serve over. Stroud picks it up. McKyon, soft touch in the middle. No one can get the second touch. And Bishop England cruising here in set number 4. And the serve. Duncan sends it back over. Miscommunication this time with Bishop England. But Mark Stone able to get that last touch to send it over. Duncan on the backside and grabs the kill. And Searson can't get there. (12-6). Francis Scotty on the serve for May River. Margaret Stone sends it back and service. And they're going to say that was out. The May River possession. Francis Scotty going back to the line. Floats that one over. Blackstock diving, can't get it. An ace for Francis Scotty. Now still a little while to go there. 3 points is a long way in volleyball, especially when you're facing a team like Bishop England. But if anybody's got it in them, it's going to be these May River Lady Sharks. And they're trying to force a set number 5 here for the first region game here for May River at home. Second for Bishop England. Margaret Stone to the back row. Francis Scotty keeps it alive. They set it over to Duncan. Blackstock gets the dig. They go to Margaret Stone, fingertips, and going to be touched. Rick on the serve. Blackstock saves it. They go the opposite way. Margaret Stone, and she grabs the kill. 14-9. Substitution error there, so to redo the substitution. 14-9, Cochran, the serve. This is into the arms of Skirtich. They go to Duncan, the block up front, Blackstock and Irvine. Skirtich sends it back over. They go in the middle to Irvine. And can't be corralled there by Treywick. And 15-9 we go. Cochran sends another. Treywick. They get the dig there. Cochran sends it back. Blackstock, strong kill once again at Treywick. Able to keep it alive, but 4 touches by May River. Treywick able to get the dig that time. Duncan pops that one over. Set behind. And a soft touch, and there's Gotti. She grabs the kill there. And another timeout, May River, their second here of the set, down 17-9. Ladies and gentlemen, a long hole to climb out of. We'll be right back here on Beaufort Own. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, out of the timeout break. Cochran on the serve for Bishop England. There's Skirtich with the hit. Stroud pops it up. Gallio to Blackstock. Her hit ricochets off the block. They go to Duncan, does May River to the back row. Cochran, once again, another. Blackstock tries to play it off the net, but no one behind her. And that's 10-17. Short serve there, able to get across the net. Guidey, once again. That just ricochets off the block. She's had a good look with that tonight. Or is it a strategy? Is it a skill of hers? Who knows? First time seeing her in action. 18-10. And running in was Rick. Nice save there to keep it alive. And to the back row with Skirtich. And dive into the court. An ace for Skirtich. Make that 12. And I tell you what, both sides, you know, these girls, we get to competitive volleyball, diving on the floor. You would almost think diving on the floor does not hurt the way they dive on the floor. You see Blackstock, she has elbow and knee pads on there, or shin pads on there. And Skirtich, you see the girls there. You got Skirtich and Rick both diving for it. And you hear the bang, and they still just go down for it. So these girls playing some volleyball here, not afraid to go down to the court. Skipper. And May River grabs another, able to get by the block. And May River still down, but not out. 13-19. It's a 6-point deficit. And an ace from Skirtage as that goes off Stroud. And that one off Blackstock. Stroud trying to keep it in. That's Cochran able to get it over. And Rick on the hit. Blackstock, short tip, diving Skirtage. Popped up into the air. Palmer keeps it alive. And point going to go to Bishop England as they get 20. Blackstock on the serve, too far, 15. May River still fighting, game within 5. Rick on the serve. To the arms of Blackstock, set inside for McKayan, sends it back. Bishop England defense can't rally. 2016. Rick with the hurry up serve. And it's going to be called in. And some questionable on the call there. And he's going to go with the corner there. They're going to say it's out. Blackstock trying to make her case. Blackstock not happy with the call there. 3-point set. Rick sends another. Blackstock able to get the dig. Skipper goes to Margaret Stone. Skirtage able to pop that one up outside. They're going to Duncan. Fires. And they're going to call that out despite what the line judge says. The corner says. 21-17. Bishop England with the lead. Searson on the serve. Duncan, nice communication. I can hear her call it from all the way up here. And that's Hadley Irvine in the middle. 22-17, lead back up to 5. Searson, another serve. Sneak attack there. Bishop England not ready for it. And May River grabs one, 18-22, still down by 4. Francis Scotty sends one over. Set, Irvine pops that back corner. And that's Bishop England. And I think that landed just outside the line, but I'm not sure if May River touched it, which I think they did. They went for it and then tried to pull away at the last second. So close call there, but 23-18. Treywick pops that in. Diving is Skirtage, keeps it alive. Now Gallio and everybody's on the court now. You want to talk about effort trying to keep this game alive. May River is behind, but they are fighting here in this match, trying to keep it alive, trying to force set number 5, but a long way to go. They got to get at least 4 points here before Bishop England grabs 2. Blackstock to block up front. Sanogi. And it's a 3-point set, ladies and gentlemen. Rick sends it over. Trying. And that's going to be an ace, 4 touches and a timeout, Bishop England. And that's first timeout of the set, ladies and gentlemen. You want to talk about a tightly contested one. May River down by 7, all the way back to within 2, trying to keep it alive here. We'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen, here on Beaufort's Own. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for the error on my part. The graphic's still up. That point's going to go to Bishop England, 24-21. 1 point away from the match. Cochran on the serve. Skirtage pops it up. Rick, the Duncan. Cross court, Gallio, Stroud. They go to Guidey. Treywick pops that one up. Rick to Skirtage, and the kill's good. (24-22). They got to grab 2 here to force the set to go to 26. Duncan sends one over. Stroud, they go to Blackstock to put some heat on it. And Bishop England going to grab 25, and they're going to win set number 4 and win the match 3-1 here on Beaufort's Own. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. My name is Javon Lipster. Don't forget, you can watch the post-game highlights and check out our other upcoming schedule on Beaufort's Own on YouTube and Facebook. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again, and have a great night.